on. Let me share screen.
Actually,
Now, did anything change since we last talked? I know we got in here. I didn't look at anything yet because I wanted to make sure that, you know, I didn't accidentally do something or tarnish until we got a chance to chat here.
no, the only thing is today, because we got kind of consensus with CNC about we're about to run our 5-day challenge inside our Facebook group again, and we had like a 1100 1200% ROAS, which was really good. But they said if you want to keep things organized, just to make sure we distinguish who's coming in through our 5-day challenge campaign and who's just coming in as a regular Facebook group lead, we turned off the Facebook group leads maybe about an hour ago, and then we turned on the 5-day challenge campaign.
Got it.
That's the only change we made.
Got it. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. So which is the main domain we're going to be working with then with these? I mean, are you going to be doing any of the group leads still, or are you going to be focusing on this 5-day challenge to get people just that focus, or what's the plan?
The 5-day challenge is going to be like currently we're doing once every month just to test it out. If we start to get consistent ROAS, and then we might start to run it like every 2 weeks and just make that a part of the culture of our Facebook group. Like, hey, get free coaching every 2 weeks.
Okay.
But yeah, currently it's once a month, and then in between that, we do turn back on the CNC Facebook group ads.
Okay. Now, is it still the issue with the pixel firing properly?
Yeah, we're not getting the number of leads. So the number of leads is not clicking, or the pixel's not picking it up somehow. Or Brian can explain a little bit better.
Sure.
Yeah, it's just when we're in the ads manager, because like when we checked on the ClickFunnels, we're getting leads through there. So we know they're coming through there, but then in ads manager, they're not showing up as a lead.
And I think the last thing you wanted us to do was something in the aggregation settings, and then to attach it somehow. But it's stayed, I guess it stayed as hidden, and so we can't really do much from there.
Okay. Okay. I'm not doing radio silence on purpose. Just kind of brain is going a little wonky here for a moment. This is internal, so it doesn't really matter what we're doing with this, but I've noticed that by doing this part of this line of business and lining everything up together like that, it's made it easier to connect all the dots.
Okay.
Add that, and we'll just double check. We're just going to use the Pain Free Academy one.
Yeah, that's the main one.
And this is the Pain Free Moms is going to run the ads, that page?
Yes, correct.
Awesome. Again, the other reason I'm doing this is in the event that you have to chat with Facebook about something, I like everything to be connected. So you can say, listen, we connected everything in the back end. There's nothing we're missing there, all that. That way it just saves time.
Okay.
Okay, just make sure nothing else need. Good. Okay, take this one into events. And I am recording. I think I'm recording.
Yep.
Should be recording.
Yep.
And then so that way as I'm blazing through all this, we'll be able to take a look. And then you guys can go back and be like, okay, so that's what it was.
Yep.
So in hands. Okay, good. Okay, good. Do that then in a hot minute. Probably gonna end up going back here. Yeah, it's right there. Okay. Yeah, I figured. All right. We do that there. probably still going to be hidden. Yep. Okay. So I'll go back here. Going to ignore, or, you know, just have everything completed, but still showing me that it's an issue. Okay. Are you guys doing this one here, the PFA prom?
Yes.
Okay. So question I'm going to ask you, just for testing purposes, are you opposed to just doing the pain-freeacademy.com instead of the group.pain?
Uh,
That's fine.
yeah, that's fine with me.
The reason I ask that is now, the ads are off, right? You did say that?
Ads are
Yes.
off.
The reason is that for some, whatever reason, whatever Facebook is doing, anything on the standard like subdomains, they're treating them almost as they're different entities, but they're not allowing them to verify. So I don't know if they're going to adjust that. It's been a little weird in the past couple of weeks for that. So for the time being, I'm having everybody just test without the group dot to see if that does anything.
Mhm.
So
Are other
1,
people
2.
having this issue too with the subdomain?
Yeah. Yeah, that's why Jaden made a post on a another thread today that if we start to see that that's going to be an issue, we're going to update the curriculum.
Okay.
We're still testing it ourselves personally to see what's going on.
Yeah. Is that the main reason for the lack of registering a lead on Facebook ads?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it has been. It's just a matter of then refreshing everything and making sure it procs where it needs to, and then it actually appears in the space it's supposed to.
Okay.
One more thing I'm going to do.
So then we need to change the copy, the ad copy then too, right?
Yeah. You would need to change, edit the ads copy, which we're not going to turn on till later anyways. But
Right.
yeah, it's got to be the same exact domain.
Yeah, I mean, and the positive is just gives you a chance to come back and revisit everything then too, and be like, oh, let's try this in a different light too.
Sure.
I got rid of the default submission go to. That way, it just goes immediately to the next step and doesn't have the standard locked in. Welcome.
Say that again.
So what I did is in here, instead of forcing a static link every single time in this general space, which we had in the template, this on submit go to, that was always going to the welcome, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. For whatever this purpose is, I remove that. So the standard submission of a page of data will just go right to the next step in the funnel with the way ClickFunnels handles it. It's still going to go to the same page,
Yeah.
but it's one of those where it's like, I'm pretty much telling Facebook, if you start here, the next page has what we need. So we're keeping everything as like tight knit as possible.
Yep. I understand now.
Whether that has anything to do with it or not, it's been working. So the moment that we get a chance to test it and force on submit go-tos, then we'll do that. But right now I'm just trying to play it as safe as possible with Facebook.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. So let me do this.
Does it have anything to do with like the iOS 14 stuff that's impacting all this?
Oh, absolutely. That's the whole reason that everything's been kind of getting all weird.
Oh.
My own personal, Barto. My own personal, for the Jersey residents, my own personal business, just dealing with my own clients, I'm telling them the same thing. I'm like, listen, I don't know how long this is going to go, but all we got to do is just ride out the storm, and then we should be good.
Okay.
All right, lead is firing, good. Test is processing, good. Awesome. Okay. Still don't know why we're getting a diagnostics, even though I resolved all of them. So I'm hopeful that it's just, might just take a moment or two to refresh. But the test is working fine. So you saw that with the test events, it was showing that it was popping up. Okay, we got lead, process, page view on both, which is standard because page view is going to be on both of those, and then lead here. So what's going to happen now is more than likely we're just going to be waiting back for Facebook to refresh and update that information in the active side here.
Got it.
And then we should be able to set this up without it being hidden. I'm gonna try to do it now. Yeah.
Can you explain to me the purpose of this aggregate? Like, I understand like where to go because I was just like, oh, let me just see exactly what Jared did last time and just do it. Like, what is the purpose of doing this aggregate portion?
So it's pretty much right here. Once it does its app tracking transparency, that's basically it's Facebook's way of working with Apple that says, hey, it doesn't matter what their site is. If it's here, we've allowed it. This part's going to be okay. So when you have these API connections back and forth, all this tech stuff, when they're all talking back and forth, it's going to be using this piece, this app tracking side, and it's going to be looking at it heavily. Whatever's following into that is going to be allowed. So it'll be whitelisted until this whole thing, it just blows over. I don't know how long that'll take, but the moment it does, it's not going to hurt to have this. But I would imagine that they might increase the amount of slots. They might be able to get custom conversions back in. It all depends on how Apple's going to feel with it.
And future domains that we use for Facebook ads, will we have to go into aggregated event measurements like we're doing right now?
I don't know if you're going to
different domain.
Yeah, I don't know if you're going to have to do it in the future. But the process of what I'm doing here is for any of the domains you're going to be registering and verifying and all that, then I would totally set it up in that way.
I see. Okay.
Yeah, it's right now, guys. It's going to be a matter of this is another. We're just going to wait to see what's going to happen. It's showing it fine. Like it's showing that it's going to be running okay. The one thing we can do to verify that, I'll just keep this in a draft side of things. Okay, pixels there. So yeah. There. What I would do for now, because this, yeah, that's we're not going to use this one because it's the Flex with Doctor.
This is a different. That's a different custom conversion lead that we're using with another funnel and another company.
Oh, that's fine. Yeah, I'm looking at to see because this one's still. I mean, it shows active, same there. But why it's still, yeah, we'll just wait on it. The idea is that the lead is still being registered. I just wanted to see that part. And we should have J is for that base. All right. So really pretty much we're waiting on Facebook to register that they're understanding that domain and that there's not an issue with that one.
Okay.
Aside from everything else that we're looking at, we saw it. I mean, it's firing as it should. It's just Facebook trying to catch up with it.
Okay.
Trying to see
just a matter of just a matter of the waiting game then.
Yeah, unfortunately, I had to do it personally. I had 2 clients the other day in my own personal side that they're still waiting. I said, listen, give it up to 72 hours because they say 72. But for whatever reason, if we can't move around that, then we might have to look at the flexwithdrj.co and see if we can use that as a variation when you do start running it. Even though it's not ideal, we might be able to do like redirects.
Okay, got it.
Not my favorite answer, but it's at least a workaround that we can do if worse comes to worse in that space.
Okay.
I guess I have one more question about because we had our ad account get disabled.
Which one?
Is there
the
PFA 1?
Because I only have the access to this one. Okay.
Because like all our data is in there, so it's like we're wondering if we can ever get that back or.
Well, I will tell you that Facebook is going to start to remove older data anyway. I don't know if you got a chance to see the message. It was like a February. I think they said as soon as February started, they were going to start removing. I think it was like 37 months worth of data. So anything older than 3 years, and they'll just start doing that to remove extra data. If the ad account's disabled, I mean, you should be able to still get in there. Like it just won't even let you see any data. Like if you went to Ads Manager and pulled up the ad account here, it still wouldn't let you see any of it.
It'll let us see it, but we won't be able to like create any ads in there. So we were wondering if like we would ever get that ad account back because the business account that one's attached to has a lot more content in there. So ideally we would want to run ads from that business page.
Did you guys go through the appeal process with Facebook on it?
Yeah, it still was not approved, I believe.
Yeah. Typically when that happens, I mean, you can definitely try again to use the template with inside the curriculum and fine tune it. Even if you're just like, we're not going to use it, we just want to, verify some of the data that we had to make it better in the future, right?
Mhm.
However you need to phrase it so it helps in that space.
Okay, and then that one's in the CNC community
Yeah,
content, right?
that should be in module 8 under paid marketing technology. I think that is. I'm on an older version of it, but I can look it up on
I
this
can
side.
find it. Yes, yeah, it should be. I'm assuming.
Just don't even load it, computer. That's fine. Goodness gracious. That's not it either. But yeah, so that's where it should be. It should be in module 8. I think it's gonna be like one of the older ones, like what to do when your ad account shut down. It's like one of the last videos in there.
Yeah, I'm sure we have it, so I'm sure I can find it.
The
It's
one,
just
so
because we restarted an ad that was running previously,
mhm.
and then all of a sudden it's not like we started a new account, it just got shut down like while the ad was running.
Mm.
That was kind of weird.
Yeah, I had my personal one was shut down with them, and it was it's in module 8. It's under the subcategory of paid growth Facebook ads. And it does say what to do when your ad gets disapproved or the ad accounts get shut down. And then in there, we have the template copy to use from the doc. I had to redo mine. Pretty much what I said in mine was like, I wasn't looking to get it activated just to run it again. I just wanted to get active so I can create another ad account so I can stay more compliant. They let it go. They put it back on. I was like, I'm prepared to do an entirely new account to stay more compliant if I'm not able to do this one, but I'd really love to. Here's my phone number. Here's the best times to reach me. Here's my email address. I was a personal one, not like a business one. I was like, This is all my personal data. It took like 3 or 4 hours after I did that. And they're like, yep, sorry, that was a mistake on our part. I wanted to say, yeah, I know it was.
Oh, really?
Okay. Yeah, it was a mess.
Okay.
You want to try that, Brian, later?
Yeah, I'm looking on. You said module 8. And
module 8. Scroll down through. It should be the the fourth subcategory. Paid growth Facebook ads.
Okay.
And then there'll be video 7. If I can get the actual preview link of it.
Yeah, I have it here.
Okay. Yeah, it should be in the view companion guide.
Companion guide, probably. Yeah.
Yeah, and then in there, I think it's at the bottom of it all. Let me look. Yeah, it's under the category. The heading is what to do when your ad accounts get shut down. It's step 4, and the entire text in there is the template of what to throw in there.
Okay, perfect. Step 4.
If they do that again, like if they're just like, hey, our decision's final, there may not be anything you can do about it. You can always try like every 6 months. I usually try on old accounts just to see. And I haven't been successful, but I'm sure one of us one day will. Just keep trying.
Got it.
Yeah, let me check one more time, guys, while we're here. Yeah, last received 9 minutes ago, which is good. This did increase, which is good. For Academy. Yeah. Last received 9 minutes ago, which is great. Data. Yeah. So I mean, you can see like it's all being captured.
Yeah.
And this was before. That's why. Okay. That might be it then. All right. Should be okay. Because the pixel is it's the same pixel across 2 different domains.
Mm-hmm.
That may throw it off too.
That's what
we were kind of saying too, but because there was another person that kind of set up this new pixel with lecturedoctor.co. They're working on another funnel right now.
Mm-hmm.
So I was curious, like, oh, do we need to use a completely different pixel because it's associated with that flexdoctor.co domain.
Mhm.
Like, is that an issue, or like why? I'm curious why flexdoctor.co is specifically attached to that pixel, and then I guess previous pixels that we've had, it can just generate leads and generate data from any domain that we want.
And I'm going to the assumption with the iOS 14 changes,
Oh,
because the way that, I don't know if the exact article even says it or what their purpose behind it is, but this whole space, yeah, verify the domain, did all that. There should be, yeah, this entirety of it. It must be done for the top level domain +1. For example, here, domain verification should be prioritized. 8 preferred web conversion events in here. That's where it limits to 8.
does that mean we need to create a new pixel associated with the group domain?
It wouldn't hurt. It might even allow us to use it better, because if I go into this one and we do the aggregate stuff, I'm pretty sure if I do the flex with drj.co, yeah, I'm here. So if we edit these,
You're guessing he'll probably allow it right away.
yeah. So if we did
Can we change
this,
it to like CNC lead? Like, would that make a difference at all?
it's only going to go for lead. This custom conversion, they might still allow it. My concern is that they're saying just 8. So what my recommendation is to stick with the defaults for the time being,
Okay.
but have the custom conversion ready to go. It's not, I don't think it's going to hurt, but then again, we have no idea how this is going to run. Nobody has any data on it yet.
Right.
So yeah, so if you're able to create another pixel, drop that in there like we're doing standard here. The idea behind it is it might be competing for lead right now, since it's just with the one.
That sucks, because now you have to create multiple pixels for each domain potentially, and then you just have like a bunch of pixels more than what you've had in the previous ad account that we had.
I mean, from my point, like I had in my one business ad account, I had like 6 pixels, and I had a pixel per offer.
Oh, 1 pixel per offer.
Mm-hmm. But they all came down to the same thing. The reason I did that is I wanted to see what was being more profitable versus what was just people are just looking at, what people were purchasing, because I needed to know if I was going to be throwing that in as extra bundles or what I was going to be doing it. So I already had that separated there. It was a little bit more complex than it needed to be. However, now I don't really need to do much now if I launch all those back again, because they're on different domains too.
Oh.
But I mean, to be fair, creating another pixel and setting that up is, if that's all it has to be done, that's a minor headache when all's said and done.
Right. And you would just create it. You would just create that new pixel from the page. You just went like right there.
Yeah, what I would do is add events from here, or you should be able to go to connect data sources, web, and then Facebook pixel.
Oh, okay.
Or we go back over into business settings and we do it from there.
What's the easiest way to do it?
I like to do everything in business settings, because you're going to have to connect everything anyway. So if I were to go here to create a new pixel,
Data source pixel,
a new one, and I name it and all that, I'd have to connect the ad account, the line of business. You should only have to connect those two, because I put everything into this line of business. So it can still be in the same line of business because it's your business, but it could be the same ad account because it's still the same ad. But the idea behind it is it would be tied to a different domain.
I gotcha.
So yeah, Brian, not fun to do it, but also not, I think that's the worst thing you guys are going to have to do to get past this.
You think we should do that today? Or do you think we should just wait?
So here's my recommendation. Because we see lead firing on the aggregate side for the flexwithdrj.co, we know that it is syncing up.
Yeah.
Give it another 24 hours. Go in through there, see if you can select it with the Pain Free Academy one. If you can, just create the pixel there, connect it all with using this video too, and then it should populate like that.
Okay. Brian, just curious, because Jared, we started the 5-day challenge ads today.
Okay.
I think that's, Brian, is that fletcherdrday.co? I believe it is. So we're kind of actually set. We don't have to do anything. That one's associated with the right domain.
Yeah, you're all set with that one. Yeah, I saw that too. So
Yeah.
that's what I mean. Like when I went in there and I saw the traffic that was going on, I saw the 5-day challenge ones. So if we go over here and see
that one's already firing. We just started it like an hour ago, and then it's still previewing or like learning. But I guess it's already gathering in leads.
Yep, right here.
Oh, that's quick. Nice. Okay.
Yep. Yeah, so I mean it's working. That's what I mean. Like if this is true and this is how Facebook's doing, then it's really only going to allow one domain per pixel per event. If this is true.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's changes right there. Okay.
So probably wait 24 or 48 hours, see if it picks it up.
Yeah, I'd say worst case by Sunday, if you don't see that you're able to select it in the aggregate view, like if you're not able to go through and then select it for the Pain-Free Academy one, just make the new pixel for that one, and then update, make sure the IDs are the right ones too then.
Okay.
Yeah, because this one should have lead, but again, if Facebook's doing what it says it's going to do, and it's only going to do it per one domain, which go ahead and verify this one, by the way, then this is where lead will be stuck with this pixel to that domain.
Got it.
Like I said, guys, I don't know if they're going to do it for the entire future. They're probably just doing this to make sure that they stay and save face with Apple. Who knows how long it's going to go? It could go for a day, could go for a month, could go for a year. With no idea.
Okay.
Cool. Sounds good. We'll have to wait and see then, I guess.
Yeah, it's the waiting game. Everybody's favorite thing to do with Facebook, the waiting game.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess at worst though, we create a new pixel.
Yeah, it could be a lot worse than that, guys. You almost said, I mean, the worst case scenario is whole new ad account, whole new business manager, whole new Facebook profile, and then have to do domains, credit cards, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, if this is the biggest pain we have, all right. Plus, it makes your story really awesome. Not that it needs to be any more awesome. There you go.
Yeah. And in the process, I guess we'll just appeal the other one, just to the way that you said it. You know, like we're totally ready to start a new account. Here's my personal information, and I guess that the saying or the wording is just more like I'm just trying to like gather up the data, or like look at the data for future use. Is that what you would?
Yeah, I mean, you could tell them it's like I'm really just looking for this because we had so much data there to make sure I can access it and use it properly. You know, we weren't planning to run ad accounts from it, but if you allow that and you have any questions about that, we'd be more than happy to answer it. Here's my phone number. Because again, a lot of people aren't gonna do that. They're just gonna bitch and complain to get what they want. So when it comes to this too, like when it says to do the appeal, I don't know if you guys remember, you only get like 100 or so characters. Just do like, hey, trying to reactivate ad account. And then when it lands in the support inbox, which I think is just like facebook.com/support, you can then go in and then reply to that message that started it off. And then that's when you get the full scope of where to place the entire text then.
Okay. Perfect. Very helpful, Jared. Thank you.
Cool. I'm glad. So yeah, keep me in the loop, guys. Let me know. I'll stay in the ad account for a little bit just to see what's going on. So yeah, Brian, if you got to create the new pixel, feel free to just shoot me a message, let me know, saying, hey, we put in a new pixel, we did all this. It should be good. However, it's still Facebook, so we can't should on anything because it's never guaranteed at this point with them.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, cool. I appreciate that, Jared.
Absolutely. Yeah, right. Since this is ongoing, guys, just shoot me a message. You don't have to post in the group for this one for right now.
Okay.
All right, sounds good. I appreciate it. Have a good
Absolutely,
weekend.
guys. Yeah, you too. As soon as the recording's done, I'll fire it over via Messenger and then keep me in the loop. Let me know how it goes.
Okay, take care. Bye.
You too, guys. Bye.
All right, thanks. Bye.